Hi, everyone. This is May with YesFinanciallyFree.com. And if you're on my YouTube channel, that's Creative Abundance Now. And today we're going to calculate we're going to calculate some partnership scenarios on buying real estate, a condo here in Waikiki. So just to begin, my name is May Doldalau. I have this blog called YesFinanciallyFree.com, which is all about creating multiple streams of passive income so that we can all become financially free as quickly as possible. But it's also I have FinanceFreedomMastermind.com, which is where I host clients. I host masterminds with clients, and we just work together to become financially free as fast as possible. That's really what it is, okay? I started out in this journey back when I was about 2009, 2010. I had a lot of debt. It ended up being over $30,000 at its worst. It was credit cards, lines of credit to pay off credit cards, and then more credit cards, and then it was bad. So I only made about $35,000 a year at my salary at the bank that I was working at the time, and $30,000 of debt is a lot of debt. So instead of getting depressed about it, although I did get depressed about it, but instead of staying depressed about it, I decided to do something about it, and I started learning about financial freedom, how to create wealth. I started investigating and creating passive income for myself, and then when I got married, for my family. And in 2016 of April, I finally paid off all that debt. And in December of 2016, I quit my bank job and became a full-time mother instead of a part-time mother of our 3-year-old son, Jordan. And since then, we bought 2 investment properties. We make over $500 a month in passive income, which we pay to our accounts. This doesn't count like passive income from like investment accounts you never take out. I'm talking about passive income from our accounts that we take the money out every month. Yeah. 2 Airbnb businesses, went on 5 weeks of vacation in 2017. That was amazing. And my first cruise. So I came a long way. Yeah, my net worth now is 6 figures. It used to be -5, right? It used to be negative like 20-something, 30-something thousand. Now it's 6 figures. It's over 100,000. So that happened in a span of 6 years or so to pay off the debt, and then maybe about 8 years to get to 6-figure net worth. So if I can do it, you can do it. And it's nice to not have to work a full-time job when you're a mother. It's nice to focus on being a mom. I do this business part-time, and I love it because it helps me grow, and it helps my clients grow, and I'm always learning and researching and finding out more about financial freedom. So thank you for being on. Now, one of the things that I do a lot is I find deals. I find what I think are deals, and then I have to calculate and see if they really are good deals, right? So a rule of thumb I don't know if you've ever calculated return on investment. Most people have not that I've met, unless they're really good with money or they're already very rich. Most people I know have never calculated return on investment. They just kind of buy things and then see what happens. Yeah. And there's a way to kind of just project what will happen just by looking at certain numbers like costs and income and things like that. You can kind of figure out if it's a good deal or not. Yeah. Obviously, you need some experience, in renting if you're going to rent property, or Airbnb if you're going to do Airbnb, right? But you can do the math to kind of get an idea, is this worth pursuing or not? So I always do that. I always do the math and see, is this deal worth it or is it just not worth it? So today, actually on Monday, I saw a piece of property, and I was wondering, because we just bought 2, we can't really afford to buy another one by ourselves. So I was like, wonder if the return would be good if I did it with someone else. So that's why I was like, I need to calculate return on investment with partners, right? So that inspired this broadcast, because sometimes math is not, I'm not so motivated to do math unless I'm like live in front of people. So here we go. So I'm going to share the screen. Actually, maybe I can just show you I'll just get the data sheet. So there's a condo for sale. This is kind of the data sheet. When you go see a condo or a house for sale, and I live in Waikiki, There's a lot of condos where I am, not as many houses in Waikiki. There are some, but so when you go look at a condo, you usually get a sheet with information, right? Or a house. They'll tell you the property tax, how much the maintenance fee is, if it's a condo, association fee, whatever. They'll tell you what is in the condo. So just so you guys can get an idea, this condo is 454 square feet. Okay, so it's less than 500 square feet. It's not a big condo. It's a 1-bedroom, yeah, and it costs $593.51 a month to maintain it with maintenance fees to the association, and that does pay for cable TV, electricity, gas, hot water, sewer, and water. So it covers all your basics, yeah. Doesn't have internet though. And then there is community laundry in the building. It's not a super fancy building, okay, guys, just so you know. There is laminate floor, wall-to-wall carpet, and the building's concrete. And it is an odd number unit. It's number 611. And that's about it, I think. Property tax, they say $69 a month, but I know for a fact it's not. It's more like, if you're going to do it as an investment property, it's more like $230 a month. Okay? So we kind of got an idea. So let's start. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is, if you're going to look for a partnership deal, oh, asking price. They're asking for 200. Where is their asking price? 235,000. All right, so they want 235,000 for this condo. Right, it's a good location. It's right at the end of Waikiki, between this other beach, Ala Beach, and Ala Mall, which is the biggest outdoor mall, I guess, in the world. I don't know. So it's right between this mall, the convention center, and then Waikiki, and it's right at the end of Waikiki. So, and you can walk 5-10 minutes to get to the beach and hang out at a really fancy resort. So it's a good location, especially if you like the beach. A lot of people like the beach, so it's a good place to do Airbnb rental, because there's a lot of people who want to go to the beach. Yeah. Okay, I used to live in this building, so I know the location's good. Now we're gonna do some calculations, okay? So let's say you want to do this with a partner. It's asking for 235, right? You would have to see if it would be, you have to see how much money you have, right? For the deal, okay? So we're just gonna do 2 partner deals today, you know, just to keep it simple. But you could do multiple. I mean, there are people who do multiple partner deals, right? We'll start 2 partners, see how far we go. I'm only going to be on here for 20 more minutes. So we'll see how far we can get, okay? So let me share my screen. I guess the simplest multi-partner deal would be you and a bank, yeah? So you get a mortgage with a bank, and so you're partnering with a bank. I think that's the most common one, right? So you buy with a bank. Now, if you don't qualify to buy with a bank, and there are a lot of reasons for that, like the reason we don't qualify is because we bought 2 condos in 2 years, and we have to prove income for a whole tax year before we can buy another one. So we can't buy for a whole tax year with a bank. Okay, now that's a bank. So maybe if we found someone who's just another person like us who wants to partner, then maybe we could buy. So that's why I was thinking about this whole scenario. So the easiest partnership most people can do, if it's not with a bank, is with their parents, yeah? Let's say you don't qualify for a mortgage loan yourself, right? If you don't qualify for a mortgage loan for yourself, you can always ask your parents if they'll co-sign with you. Now, obviously, you have to figure out, why don't you qualify for a mortgage by yourself? If it's because you have bad credit because you don't pay your bills on time, then that's not a good idea, because you're going to default on the mortgage anyway. But if it's because you, let's say you have started a new business, and even though you're making money, you know, you're just starting out, and you don't have the tax records for the bank, let's say something like that. or for whatever reason, but you're always good with paying your bills and all that kind of stuff. Then your parents, or maybe, yeah, so then your parents could co-sign with you if you have parents, if they have good income. Okay, so your parents might not have good income either, then you can't co-sign with them either. But I'm just saying, you can co-sign with a relative is another option, your parents or somebody. Your brother. I know two brothers who did it together. So that's another option. You can't qualify for a mortgage on your own. You can co-sign. Yeah? Co-sign with someone else. Usually relatives are good. You can co-sign with other people too. You can co-sign with anyone really, but you need to make sure you have a good bond, like you guys can pull through this business deal together. You co-sign with someone, and sometimes the combined incomes of both of you will allow you to get the mortgage. So that's another way to partner. So these are all partnerships to get a bank loan. Okay, so these are options, right? You can partner with other people, get bank loans. Now, what if you can't do that because you can't get a bank loan anyway? Like I said, like maybe you're maxed out on your bank loans for now. You have to prove income, right? Maybe you shouldn't buy them. You should just wait. I'm just doing this as a mental exercise, okay? Just saying. So let's talk about some different scenarios, right? I'm going to share my screen. Hold on. Let me just see what happened to my... Okay, hold on. I'm going to go share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to do some math on the screen. And we're just going to run through some scenarios. And I'm doing it with you because I just want to know. You know, I want to know if it's even profitable. So that's another reason I'm doing this. It's not just, I kind of want to know. So I'm making myself do a live training. So it forces me to do the math and just see. See if it's profitable at all. So that's kind of what's going on here. But let me see if I can find, because I wrote out some of this data yesterday. So if I can just copy it, it'll make our lives so much easier. Like so much easier. Or I can share that one document I have. If I can find it. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we're going to take a look at this document. Bottom here. Bottom, eventually. Okay, so let me share my screen with you. And share screen. Exciting stuff. Share. I am now screen sharing. Okay. So, yes. All right. So you can see my screen. So here we go. Yesterday I did some profit analysis of this property for somebody else who's interested in it. Let's go up and take a look. So I'm going to put down different scenarios, okay? So here we go. Mortgage. So let's say you don't qualify for a traditional mortgage for whatever reason, and you're not doing that. Because that's the first scenario for partnering is obviously with a bank and getting a mortgage. So maybe you can't get a mortgage for the reason, whatever reason, right? Now, if you have bad credit and you're not good at paying things off, you might want to, I think you should fix that problem first before you buy anything, okay? Okay, I have good credit, so that's not the issue. The issue here is, it's actually a good issue. The bank is not stupid, they're smart, so I understand what they're doing, and so I'm not really super motivated to buy another property right now, but let's just go with it, okay? So I'm just going to copy that. We're just going to do multiple partner scenario. Okay, so this condo, like I said, 235. I'm going to change this from mortgage to partner. Partner. So it's 235,000, yeah? So one way to get a partner is if you find someone who wants to put down the money and somehow split ownership with you, right? And there's a variety of ways to do this. So let's just do very simple 200,000. So partner with 200,000. Okay, so you have a partner with 200,000. Okay. So the price is 235,000. Yeah. So let's say you offer 200,000 cash. Now, I don't think this offer would go through with that, but you never know. I doubt it, though. I guess we should do something realistic, right? Okay, so let's do a realistic pricing. Let's say you guys offer 230 cash, okay? You might be able to go lower with cash. Let's say you do 225, okay? 225 cash, all right? So what happens is your partner has 200,000, you with 25,000. You have 50,000. We're going to say you have 50,000, okay? So you get a partner with 200,000, you have 50,000. You offer 225 cash, okay? So all this mortgage stuff I'm going to delete. We're not doing a mortgage here. Okay, so we're going to delete that. Okay, so you're going to do upgrades. Let's say you do 25,000 in upgrades, okay? Because the place that we looked at was kind of really needed to be completely redone. Yeah, it was old. So what happens is, in this partnership, you guys offer 225 cash. And you basically, your partner puts down the 200,000, you put down 50,000. And this is how it works, okay? 50% ownership each partner. Now, why would it be 50% ownership if one partner put down 200,000, the other one puts down 50? Okay. Now, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because someone actually gave me this kind of deal before. All right. So this is not something I'm making up out of the top of my head. Okay. Like a very wealthy multimillionaire real estate investor gave me this idea before. All right. Why would you do 50% ownership? And this is a good question. So here's what happens. The 200,000 partner, we'll call them the 200K partner, fronts most of the money, right? And then the $50,000 50K partner fronts, found the deal, right? They found the deal. They do the renovations. They do all the legwork, create the business, and get a mortgage after renovation. Okay. So basically, partner K fronts most of the money, and partner 50K partner does all the work. Okay? So basically, the guy who's putting in less money is the one who found the deal, is doing all the work. Right? Does that make sense? Now, after renovation, the property is worth 250,000. That's very conservative. It might be worth more, but let's just say that it increases in value 25K, right? Oh, and there's 25,000 in upgrades as well. Okay, gotta put that there. 25,000 in upgrades, and after renovation, the property is worth 250,000, right? So that's when you get a mortgage. So actually, it's a mortgage, but they call it. I think it's just called mortgage. Yeah, you get a mortgage on the property. So you need to put down. You need to leave in 30% on investment properties, right? So 30% of 250,000. So basically, what that means is you can mortgage 70%. You can get a loan on 70%. So 70% of 200, which is the new value after renovation, right? So 70% of 250,000. We're going to need to calculate this. I need to get my calculator. Oh, it's right here. Good job. Okay, so basically we multiply 0.7 times 250,000. And then you can get $175,000 back. Okay, so you can get $175,000 back of your original money down. Okay? So what happens is each partner ended up putting in $50,000. Does that make sense? So 70% of 250,000, 100,000 to 75,000, which goes back to $225,000 cash partner. So now partners have equal equity, right? Have the same equity of $50,000 each. Okay, does that make sense? So when you give back $175,000 to the $225,000 cash partner, it means he ended up putting in $50,000 into the deal. Okay, and you put in $50,000 into the deal in the beginning anyway. So now you both put in the exact same amount of money, and that's why the partnership is 50-50. And not only that, of course, the other partner put in all the work, like I said. They did all the work, they found the deal, they created the business, they did all the renovations, they get the mortgage, right? So they're doing all the freaking legwork, which is quite a lot of work. Okay, doing a renovation is not a breeze. Okay, so they do all the reno, they up, you know, all that, they create this whole deal, they bring the deal to the partner. So what happens in the end is each of them own property, and they only put in $50,000 each to own condo, okay? So the total investment after the whole renovation and everything is $100,000, okay? Now, it'll be give or take because there's closing costs. So now we're going to look at other factors. So if you have a mortgage, let's go look at a mortgage calculator. Mortgage calculator. Now I hear the going rates now are 5%. So if you mortgage, hold on, I think it was 175, right? 175,000 at 4%, at 5. Sorry, for investment property, I heard it's like 5. So the mortgage payment would be kind of funny. Okay, yeah, so $939. Interesting how they do it. Okay, oops, wrong one. It's over here. $939. So the mortgage payment is $939. Okay, and I have all the expenses here. You need to get insurance for the people renting. You need you pay your mortgage, property tax, monthly maintenance fee, internet costs, and then you have to buy supplies. This is in case you wanted to run an Airbnb business. Okay, this is using that scenario. So that's why you need supplies every month, toilet paper or whatever. So total cost would be, so you have to add up all those numbers to get the total cost. Let me do that now. So 31.58 plus 939 plus 230 plus 593.51 plus 36.6 plus 50 plus 50. So the total cost per month, the monthly expenses would be $1,930.69. For an Airbnb rental, we kind of estimated in the beginning that's about how much you'll make a month, right? This is without cleaning income. So you also charge cleaning fees, but you give those to your cleaner. So I didn't include it in here because I'm assuming you're not going to clean this condo. You can have a cleaner handle it. Okay, and then you have to subtract the excise tax and the transient tax. So let's clear this out. So total income is $2,700, and you have to multiply it by this percentage, 14.962, because that's the total amount of tax you have to pay to the state. Okay, that's $403.97 in tax. Okay, so then you take your total income, which is $2,700, and subtract the tax, which is $403.97, and then you end up getting $2,296. Yeah, it's exactly that. So your profit per year. All right, so then you take this, which is your actual total income here, before subtracting tax, state tax. Okay. So the actual total income is this number right here. You take that, the net income, take that and you subtract your expenses, right, your costs, and then you get the profit per month. Okay, so we're going to subtract the 1930.69, and what we get is $365.34. Okay? All right, so our profit per year, you take that number and you multiply by 12, yeah? So 4,384.80 cents. Okay, so then you take the profit per year and you divide it by the total you invested. So $4,384.08 divided by 100,000. Okay, and then, so let's see, what is it? 100,000. That's the total invested, right? Ends up being 4.38. Okay, 4.38%. So rule of thumb, just so you guys understand some things, rule of thumb for investing that I learned from a real estate investor who's actually doing it every day. So every time I see a deal that I'm not sure of, I call him and he gives me some advice. I haven't called him in a while, but I guess I got enough advice. I don't know. Anyway, he said if you can't make 8%, you won't get an investor. If you cannot pull them 8% for their cash, they're not gonna do it. So this deal only pulls 4.38%. So this is not actually a good deal to do this kind of partnership with. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen and end this broadcast. So thank you for being on live. I hope that was an interesting exercise for you to do with me. I wanted to see for myself, so that's actually the first time I've calculated it. So thank you for being here and calculating with me. And now you kind of understand partnership, how you could structure a partnership scenario. There are people interested in investing $200,000 in real estate deals as long as they can make a good profit. And if you can show them you can make a good profit, there are investors that can be found, right? But if you cannot find a good profit, then it's not going to work. Okay, so thanks for being on. I hope this was informative. You can see the full breakdown on my blog, yesfinanciallyfree.com. Right? You're probably on it already, but if you're not, there's a link under the video if you're on YouTube that has my blog, and you can click on that and go to my blog, and then the whole money breakdown will be in there. So thanks for being on the live. I really appreciate you. Aloha.